Hi everyone, this is Truman Towner, and today I want to talk about what I learned about leadership from the TLI mentoring program. So I'm going to start by introducing my mentor. My mentor was Dr. Dan Richard. He is a psychology professor at the University of North Florida. He's been teaching there for a while, and I was paired up with him in the mentorship program. So going into this, I had two goals for my own leadership, my personal leadership, that is. First, I wanted to be proactive in researching my dream job as a public librarian. And second, I wanted to learn how to apply Stephen Covey's Habit 5 into my past leadership experience. And Habit 5 being seek first to understand others before being understood. So, what did I learn from my time with Dr. Richard? Well, I would say um, I became more aware of my own strengths and areas I need to work on regarding the public librarian career. I am I still have a lot of room to grow with work experience, but I figured that it would be a good uh, job to reach for because of the environment that I like about it. Um, Dr. Richard kind of mentored me into reflecting on, does this job actually fit with my current views on how I can be a good leader to the community. And after reflecting with him, I have kind of decided that maybe public librarianship isn't really my thing. I just like the environment, and that's about it. I also learned from our discussions that I've learned how to look on my past work experience and determine where I could have applied trust and sympathetic listening with my coworkers. For example, when I worked as a restaurant cashier at a fast food chain, I tended to take a lot of the work from my coworkers, and that was mainly to get them to like me if they thought I was doing more of the work for them. But in reality, it kind of created a sense of mistrust of them that was coming from me, if that makes sense. So I learned to identify areas where I could have placed more faith and trust in my coworkers and make our overall productivity more successful. One challenge I faced while being mentored with Dr. Richard was basically approaching him, asking him for advice on how to develop my leadership. I don't really go asking people about what I could do differently very often, and it was very humbling to uh, have this as part of my leadership development. Uh, I believe the mentoring experience helped me be more aware of the example that I'm setting as a rising professional college student. Dr. Richard's feedback was more tailored to like a psychological perspective because of his field, and it actually uh, it kind of related to my desire to identify my own behavioral patterns to improve my leadership. Um, I believe that this mentoring experience helped me better understand myself and identify how I can be more proactive as a student and a worker. And I believe students will experience the same thing with a mentor in this program. And I also encourage them to be paired with a mentor that's not 100% in their field of study or their career path. I think this is to give them like a unique perspective on how they can develop their leadership. I just think getting opinions from other departments is just a good way to gain perspective. Um, I will also now introduce my mentee as a leadership coach. So I mentored my younger brother, Thaddeus Towner. He is a flight instructor at Holiday Aviation here in Jacksonville, Florida. He basically teaches people how to fly a Cessna airplane and just learn the tips and tricks to get a certification. Um, so we basically sat down in semi structured meeting discussions at our house, and basically a lot of the topics I went over were from the books I was using for leadership practicum. And Thaddeus understood the vast majority of these topics pretty well, and I would say that I saw um, the most improvement in his understanding of habit two, which is to begin with the end in mind. And um, I got an example for this when I was walking him through writing his own mission statement or just being aware of his goals for his professional life. He didn't really think much of it at first, but then in our final session, I asked him, "So, as a pilot, what is your personal mission? What drives you?" And he basically said to continue with my goals and to help others achieve theirs. So he inadvertently created his own mission statement by pursuing self-improvement and helping other people pursue their path for life. My biggest challenge in coaching my brother was planning the discussions. It was very hard to find topics that were applicable to his position as a pilot, and they generally were more suited for a personal leadership approach rather than like interpersonal. I ended up mostly lecturing him on these ideas and then just kind of making sure he understood, and he definitely did show understanding of habit two for sure. I believe this coaching exercise helped me be more aware of what I was learning, because if I just kept it to myself, it would be easier to forget. That way I can just share it with someone who might not be as experienced as I am in a certain area. I believe that the coaching the apprentice exercise helps college students own what they have learned and to shadow someone else's leadership development. I believe to be a leader, you must have another person's interests at heart, and especially to be a teacher. So my one takeaway and my one piece of advice for college students in leadership is to find a mentor, and also find someone you can shadow and take under your wing to help them in their journey for leadership. It will only give you good results, I believe. I hope this was informative, and thank you for your time.